Hello, my beautiful family. I really want to be honest and share with you why I believe that I am dealing with complex PTSD. You know, first of all, PTSD is post-traumatic stress disorder, and it is a diagnosis that you get from going through a traumatic event in the past, and you can get triggered and you can have an PTSD episode because of something that reminded you of that past event, and you get triggered, and so you get into that mental state where you are having a traumatic stress disorder. And complex PTSD, the attachment of the C, complex, means that you've gone through a series of traumatic events and it changes your mind, it changes your neural patterns in terms of how you deal with everyday life. You can have multiple triggers, you can have a lot of symptoms that will make you believe that you are a horrible human being, or you're horrible human being. What does that mean? I feel like I'm a horrible human being because I can't finish this task, or I cannot start this other task because I'm lazy. I'm not good enough. I'm stupid. I'm an idiot. It can be a number of reasons. So basically, I have complex PTSD, and that's okay. And that's okay. I mean, I was not in control of my childhood. I did not ask to be sexually abused at the age of 3 by our second cousin Muhammad, which happened a number of times, in the house, watching Al Mansouri Hindi videos, which happened in the pool while Leila and Sarah were swimming with us. Then Leila and Sarah left the pool and he took off my swimming suit after they left and started to rub myself against his penis. I mean, this is not memories that someone should have from the age of 3, but it's my life, and God allowed it to happen for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't need to know that reason as long as I live. I don't. I just trust that God knows the bigger picture. He knows what we can handle, what we can't handle. There is a greater intelligence that I'm not aware of, and that I will never be as intelligent to know. But I accept it. It's my past. And I can either be a victim about it, or I can be a survivor about it. And hopefully one day a hero, where I can share my story and help other people who have also had such an intrusion into their childhood development years, and that is between the ages of 0 to 6. So, but like my sexual abuse doesn't end there. Between the ages of 5 and 8, I was regularly sexually abused by our family friend Payam. And I'm so happy and grateful that I disclosed my sexual abuse to mom when I was 8. But then, it was also very difficult at that same age, 8 years old, to hear that my father didn't believe me. He believed Payam over me. Was it because he was in love with Payam's mom, who he was having an affair with? I don't know. Was it parental denial? I don't know. Maybe both. But it ruptured my relationship with my father. It ruptured it in a very deep, heartbreaking way, because a boy should see his father as a protector, as a role model. But Dad wasn't that. No, he wasn't. He was physically abusive. He was verbally abusive. He kept calling me an idiot, stupid, growing up, as he did with many of you. And the next big traumatic thing happened when I was 15, where he came to the house shouting and blaming mom for my absence from school. I had 30 days absence from school, but I was a 15-year-old with this traumatic childhood. I was being I was responding in a normal way that someone would respond at that age, given this background in childhood. Yes, I was nervous going to school. I feigned being sick. Feigned means pretending, right? But I did believe in those mornings that I was sick. I did have pain in my stomach. It was nerves. I didn't know it was nerves. I was young. But anyhow, so he was shouting at mom, and I stood up and I shouted at him for the first time in my life. And I screamed, "You do not get to talk that way with her." And so he came charging at me and kept bashing my head over here, Yeah, there it is. That's my scar. With an IKEA cup. And he wouldn't stop until blood was running down my face. And you, Bassam, you stopped him. So, yeah, that was very traumatic. It sets its scars inside, not outside. It does, yeah, outside here, but inside mainly. And I guess it wasn't long after that time that I started to have a relationship with alcohol. When I was out with my Shreifat friends at that age, like 16, we would go to bars in Gerhoud and we would drink. I went through peer orientation, where I thought I sought guidance from my peers, because I never had reliable parents. Mom was religious. Mom was following Benny Hinn and TBN and all that. I mean, mom was depressed after the divorce, and then mom really got religious, where every problem was dealt with by praying about it, listening to me, comforting me, and then praying and praying and praying. That's mom's way. She resorts to prayer. But I was never taken to a psychiatrist. We were never regularly talking about my abuse, my sexual abuse. It was just, swept under the carpet, and let's pray and pray in private. She would do that alone, but I wasn't having regular talks with her about what I had gone through, that no child should have gone through. But anyhow, when I was 21, 22, I came out to her about being gay, and I was told, that Jesus would heal me from it. So I was taken to Pastor Charles, where he would put his hands on me and violently, like be praying and shaking my head, attacking demons, homosexual demons that he believed I was possessed by, and mom believed what he believed. So I had that. It's painful. It's heartbreaking. It is. But the greatest gift that God has given us and given our minds, no matter what we have gone through in life, is the ability to overcome. This is the greatest gift. And I know that that is a basic teaching in Kabbalah. But I know that it's there also in the Quran and in Christianity, in the Bible. Like, we as human beings can go through immense suffering and trauma, but we have the ability to overcome. I have the ability to not see myself as a victim and to see myself as a survivor. And I also have the ability to be a hero to others who have similar backgrounds. I had the strength to go into self-exile, to leave a country where I couldn't be free about my religion, to be a country where I couldn't be open and honest about my sexual orientation, a country that has the death penalty for my sexual orientation, a country that with a culture that looks down on any Emirati that is not Muslim. We can do great things.